Welcome in. I'm Stacy, and a big thank you to Pantasy for sending the very cool Summbit Cabin. This is set number 85033, and it contains approximately 3,300 pieces, some terrific printed elements, a modular design, a neat play feature, and 4 minifigures that are ready for some fun and rest and relaxation. Any offers or promotions sent our way will be in the description of this video. Now, Pantasy has been on a roll with their latest releases, such as the Blossom Cafe and the Toy Store. Let's find out if the Summbit Cabin continues the same momentum. We are going to cover this cable car, but we're going to come back to that. Let's take a look at the front of this set. The snow cap is so beautiful. We've got a snowman there. We've got some signs with printed pieces up to these snow-covered steps with cobblestone steps as well. And then the beautiful design on the front entrance. Take a peek in the corner. We've got a pile of wood with printed pieces and a partially snow-covered tree. Then we go over to this skating rink. This ice is amazing. You can see that there's pieces underneath to make it kind of look like it's used ice. It's not completely clean. And we've got a hockey stick and some pucks and a net for practicing there. We've got some more snow-covered foliage there. And then we have this beautiful Pantasy sign. See, it says 2025. I actually really love that. Snow-covered peak. Both sides are separate builds. And then onto the middle, we've got printed pieces for shutters and the window, a printed piece above that with some bells and some snow. And then up to the top. I love the addition of the dark blue on these eaves. And then we've got some flowers. I think that's a weather vane up there. Really nice details with the snow cap though. Not completely covered, just partially to give it that detail. On this side, it's a little smaller than the front, but there's a ton of details here. Starting from the bottom, we have more rock-facing and snow-covered landscaping. Then we have this beautiful hot spring pool. If you look closely, you can actually see there's some clear studs in there for bubbles. Nice detail. There's some gold pieces, I think, for the faucet and stuff. And then we have a printed piece that says good time. That leads up to the printed railing for this terrace. And take a look. Those printed pieces actually go all the way around. It's really nice. Up here, this terrace here, we've got a chair and a glass, maybe for a glass of wine, and a telescope. And then we've also got some nice big windows and clear door and another printed piece, the Snowboard Club. Nice peaks above that door. And if you look around the door, that was so interesting to build. All those little one-bys, but look like the log pieces. You build the corners separately and then put it all together. It was really neat. And this window up here at the top is actually like a double box window. I'll turn it sideways a little bit. It actually sticks out from the building, which is a nice little detail. It's different. Then we have our chimney with some smoke coming out of it. Right inside the chimney, there's a little yellow brick in there. Looks like it's shining off the light a little bit. I absolutely love the back of this set. At the bottom with the two-tone gray and then some smooth bricks and some bricks that look like bricks. I think it looks really good. And then on our first floor, we have windows built into that wall, which is fantastic as well. Now, the bottom floor does open. The second floor does open. However, it doesn't open with this roof piece on, but look how easy this comes off. We've just got a couple pieces here in the top that sit in these holes here. And then we can open this. We can see right in all 3 floors of the set. And we will take a closer look at all 3 of them. Turn the set around again, and wow, under the cable car, we've got this whole area where we can see broken ice with printed pieces in behind, and it's a fossil of a large beast. This is a whole secret cave, which is so beautiful. We've got some icicles all along this. Here's some clear ones and some white ones, really nice detail. And then we come up to the first floor where we have the loading zone to get onto the cable car. It's actually open wall there, which is kind of neat. And then we have a beautiful welcome printed piece with some gold accents and our beautiful A-frame roof. And we will move on to the cable car itself. This cable car has lots of details and was a fun little build on its own. We've got a printed piece in the front with the yellow and black, and then we've got some pieces to look like lights, all the windows on this piece. And then we have a set number of the printed piece, which is really cool. Come over to the side, and we have windows all the way through. There are a couple of chairs inside of there. And then we have the roof with the equipment to attach to the cable. Just some strings here attached to these posts. We've got our rail that goes all the way up to the first floor. And then when we get up there, we have a knob. So when we turn this knob, there's a string that's attached to the cable car, and it brings it up the hill. So let's take a look. Pretty neat. It just pulls its way up there as you turn, collects the wire up here, and then we can move it back down if we want to. It's a great little feature, and it works really nicely. When I first built this and got the cable car onto the rail to move it up and down, I found that moving it up was fairly easy, but coming down, it was sticking. So all I did was pull these pieces here just apart a little bit and just a little bit of troubleshooting. But I find a little more space gives it a little more wiggle room there. That'll go up and down much more smoothly. This side of the cable car is different than the other side because it's open so our passengers can get on. Like I said, there are a couple of chairs and there are some printed pieces. There's controls at each end of it. Also, the roof does come off. We can't see much more inside when we take the roof off, but I did want to give you a better idea of how it's built. So we've got those red pieces across, and then we've got these ankle pieces here that the roof just attaches to those. The ground floor is our ski gear room. Take a look inside here on the left. We've got a beautiful vintage lamp and then some big windows that look right into the hot spring pool. Some stairs that go up to the next floor. And look at the detail on the floor. Lots of plate work, nice design, especially in that front of the front door. We've got a display here with hockey sticks, and then we've got some helmets with goggles and hats. And then over in the other corner, we have some snowboards for sale, pink and blue. And we've got a nice printed piece, a map of the trails with some winter jackets on display, and then some more snowboards. And there is a surprise here. And this actually comes right out easily. It's on a couple of studs, and then there's a little ladder behind it. When I was building this, I was like, why am I covering this ladder? But you can actually push it right down, and then when we come around, it comes down to this secret ice cave, which I thought was a really cute play feature. This is our official first floor, our mid-mountain lounge, and this is the side where our passengers get onto the cable car. Turn this around, and then this is where we can open to see everything inside. We've got a ticket area here, so a reception area, the printed piece on the screen there with a chair, the area where the stairs come up from, and then we've got printed pieces on this back wall with a deer head. It's actually a glass table there. And again, lots of tile work on this floor. Really nice colors. Up to our attic, which is a great retreat after a day of fun. We've got a heater on the left side. There's a little red brick inside to make it look like it's hot. It is a little loose piece in there. We have a beautifully built bed built right into the wall there. Some gold pieces, printed picture right above the headboard there, and a little chandelier there on the roof. Then we've got a chair and a table with some printed pieces and another table there with the cup. Now there's no stairs that come up to this floor, so I pick this up. This piece here is actually a ladder that unfolds and comes right down. It's like an old school attic. It's pretty cute. It folds right up easily. So let's put this back together. This is our first floor. I'm just going to line up the brown on the gray studs. I'm going to work around the cable car here. So I'm going to turn this around to put on the second floor. And then we'll get our roof on. There we go. All back together. Our minifigs are very fitting for this set, and they are very detailed. Starting from the left, we have our guy with his blue snow jacket on. He's got gloves on his hands and a nice smile on his face. Our next girl, she's our skier. She's got ski goggles on, a hat with a nice pom-pom on the top. Again, nice ski jacket and gloves. The next guy we have is actually our resort staff. He looks like he's a little stressed, so maybe this is a very busy place. The next lady is our female skater. She is ready to go in red in her full snowsuit. And then we have our half minifig. So he is actually an extra top for this guy to change them out, and he is to go in our hot springs. So there's a stud right on there that he can sit in there, and it's just the top half of him to look like he's actually submerged in the water. However, even though he didn't come with a bottom specifically, he can go on these extra bottom pieces that we have for all of them to make him a full minifig. Lots of prints on the back of these minifigs as well. We've got black and white prints on the red snowsuit. There's some pleats on his pants for the resort guy. Our lady in pink has a belt on around the waist and some detail on her jacket. And then this guy, we got some prints on the back of his shirt and collar, as well as some pockets printed on. Couple good spots to put minifigs on this set, so I wanted to show you what I came up with. We do have one guy in our cable car. He fits, he's standing there. Then we have our resort guy right in front, ready to welcome people. Our girl is playing hockey on the ice. Then we have this guy having a blast in the hot springs. And then we have our last lady up there by the telescope, checking things out. Although this is a cabin, it is also a modular. So I brought in a couple other modulars from Pantasy, Sherlock Holmes 221B Baker Street on the left, and the Blossom Cafe on the right, just to give you a good idea of the size of this set. It is a really good size. It came with 3 books for instructions. It stands 12.6 by 15.2 by 13.9 inches. And I have to say, this cable car is a fantastic play addition. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe on your way out. And until next time, keep clicking those bricks.